Alright, so we're finally gonna do that defend base mission that I've been talking about for a little bit. Not because we actually got hurt on the last mission. We outnumbered the opposition at the start, which never happens, but just because we've run out of other interesting things to do. So there's two base defense missions. I want to work for the Lyran Commonwealth for most of this because unlocking the faction store will help us out quite a lot. So we're gonna jump into the harder of the two, well, by the payment anyway, which is usually a decent indicator. And then if we don't get absolutely stomped, we'll jump into the next. So I'm tempted to keep salvage on this because we have a decent stockpile of funds now. Nothing crazy, but it's not too bad. So we'll keep on split, and hopefully we'll start picking up some mech parts. I think that'll work out pretty well for us. It's going against pirates, which I don't like because black market is extremely good. But you know, worst comes to worst, we'll just pay a ton of money to use the black market, and that's fine with me. So our actual lance will be pretty much the same as we used in the last mission. I really need to get rid of this Javelin 10N. It's pretty useless, but it's better than nothing, and it's certainly better than the Stinger that we have as our backup. I mean, two medium lasers is one thing, but just paper-thin armor. And that's compared to a Javelin, which only has 560 to begin with, so nothing crazy there. Other changes, Announcer was able to get a second perk, Sure Movement, one extra evasion charge, and Entrenched when just moving instead of sprinting is actually pretty good for a sniper, because the Hollander is going to be basically a steady, stable firing platform, which means it's not going to be sprinting a lot, it's not going to be jumping. I need high accuracy, which means I can't move him very quickly. So if I can get more protection with less of a move, so much the better. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, that was a bit of starting lag. Let's see, incoming pirate units. Drive them off. Alright. Ooh. Okay, friendly convoy. Alright, so the convoy's moving first, that's good for us. Those turrets should be online next turn, I'd say, which means 2 turns from now, because, well, I don't know, depending on the initiative, they might be able to get a shot off. I don't know if they'll activate automatically, or if it'll wait until the end of the round when somebody gets onto that spot. But this is good, because after they activate, we get the APCs on our side as well, and they're not worth much individually, but hopefully they'll get shot at instead of us. And I always prefer other people getting shot at instead of me. Usually works out better. Plus we have an LB2X sniper turret. Let's see what else. Oh. Okay. 3 pirates visible right now. These missions usually have a reinforce, so I'm expecting the little lance. You can kind of see that. It's the holdout for 10 rounds. 5 buildings must survive. We have 8 extra pay if we get all buildings. If we destroy the enemy vanguard, which I hope to, 1 of the engineers must survive. So okay, so let's see our other turrets. We have a light MRM. That's really not going to hit very much. MRMs have an accuracy penalty, and that turret's so damaged that I can't imagine those AC2s will be with us for very long. Wonder if that's a bug, but maybe not. If they get close enough for the SRM6s, I will be very surprised. So let's just go ahead and let them move up.
I'll just wait here until you need me.
There's really no point in moving toward them right now, because if we overextend that way and they drop anything with a fair number of guns behind us or to our right, so if we zoom out a little, it's quite possible they'll drop the reinforcing lance somewhere over here. Potentially even on the high ground, which would really suck, because there are accuracy penalties, and they'll see the base before they see us. So what I want to do is I want to get one of the lighter javelins over on the other side of the base as a scout, spotter, basically. We're going to put the Hollander, I don't know, probably up here on this relatively high ground. I'd like to have him over here on the mountain, but he doesn't move very quick, which is not great for us. So we'll use the scout over here. We'll set up the main sniper sort of over on this way and have him take pot shots down into the gully. And we'll stick and move with the fire javelin and the chimera. That should be well enough.
I'm holding.
Let's see. Burrow Cistern. I've not seen that vehicle before. Well, that's all of them. Not too bad. Okay. So let's get scouting. So I want the bad javelin. How far can I get? Let's get over here. And that's just because, from what we've seen in the last couple missions, his support won't really help us much anyway. Even if we do get him into the firefight, which is not exactly ideal. Let's see if we can get this guy. Yeah, I want that cover.
No shooting, just
But I want
running.
eyes on. I want eyes on their lance, so we can start our own shooting. No luck. Okay, we'll probably get them within sight next turn. And that's fine.
That.
I don't like that rough ground. Increased to stability damage is non-zero, but we can go here.
Медаль. Пол принято.
It's a good firing position. The problem with this is we have nowhere to move to that maintains it, right? So that's all rough ground. We can come over to this side, I guess. It's getting a little bit far away from the main base for my liking. I wonder... Okay, this is good. So we're within range of a sensor lock. Let's go ahead and ping...
Даю информацию с моего радара.
Okay. Hollander BZK Thumper. That needs to die now.
Duncan Fisher here.
Artillery in this game is a complete menace, and I really don't like it at all. It's horrible to use, but devastating when the AI uses it. And because the AI tends to outnumber you and not care who they shoot at, they can be pretty effective. So I don't want to shoot through my own guys there in case this misses. If I move at all, I lose 8% accuracy, maybe. Well, was that a 60? What was that? 67 or 63? We lose 11% chance to hit. I don't like this position on its own. I don't want to have nothing.
Duncan
for,
Fisher here.
That's a good compromise. So we lose a little bit of accuracy. We get out to a decent firing position. I do like that paint job. Alright, let's look down the shoulder here. Where is the Thumper? Is that the ammo or is that... Okay, that's the actual piece. It's red. Did they not give him ammunition? That's pretty goofy. I don't see any ammunition. Easy for me to say. I don't see any ammunition.
Lighting them up.
Ooh, we hit. That's a left arm.
Something just went boom.
Oh, better than nothing. Decent first shot. Okay. APCs will support. Turret should come online. It does look like that's next turn, unless I just haven't seen the initiative bar yet. I'd rather they didn't go out there. We have to keep at least one of them live. No. Okay, that's gone. So we've achieved that objective, so yeah, they can charge out there, I don't care. We'll keep sensor locking and sniping until they get close. Closer, anyway. Do you want to see if we get any artillery from this guy? No? Nothing yet. Alright.
I'm holding.
These guys are... okay. Doesn't look like they're active. Why use our ammunition if we can use our allies' ammunition? That we don't have to pay for. It's pretty nice. I don't know. So, okay, that's the Hollander that we saw. This is a Commando. Commando's a solid mech in SRM-10 between the two launchers. 4H, that looks like a primitive build. Yeah, RL-15, so that guy is a one-shot
Duncan Fisher here.
cannon, so I really don't want that. Going through at us, let's see. Okay, so the best shot's on the Hollander or on 4H. Let's take the shot on the Hollander. Guns off the field and all that.
Lighting them up.
Even if his gun doesn't have any ammo,
Something just went boom.
he can still punch us, kick us, all that stuff. We've already shot at him, so. Okay, ripped off the other arm. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. pretty widely spread damage. Wonder if I can get... No, and we have long lasers here. There's really no reason that we should have to go down and meet them. I'm tempted just to stay here. What do my shots look like? That's a good shot. So is that. Okay, we're gonna take this shot right here. Of course we missed with the higher chance to hit and the higher damage, but now we've pinged his leg. Pretty good.
Let's do this.
And I forgot, I ripped off some of the jump jets for this guy to give him extra armor. That's why he's quite so immobile. Be able to move there, be able to move there. It's horrible accuracy. Okay, where can I get on the sprints? Not bad. We get more evasion. It's rough ground. Only really matters if they hit us. But I don't think they will.
Giving them everything I've got.
And yeah, we landed a medium laser on the only thing with a chance to hit worth a damn.
Receiving you.
And let's stick and move. It's tempting when you're leaving scouts like this to not move them, just because they are where you want them to be as a sentry, but you gotta keep in mind, if you stand still, it's not gonna work out for you. Okay, so that was the LBX turret. The rest of them are going on 10. Okay, that's why. I don't know why that one went on 1. It's almost like he reserved all the way down before being activated, but you know, game bugs favor you, I guess. Take what you can get. And all that. Oh, the APC turns are a little boring. Doesn't look like they feel like shooting. Is there anyone I really want to move? Kind of want to move the Chimera. Can't hit anyway. No, oh well. Okay, that's that quad AC2. Yeah, and because we sort of exposed some damage there, on our turn, that quad AC2 is actually able to do something other than just scatter damage around on all the arms and legs and all that. So he's coming in. That looks like, no, not even a kick. Vaguely disappointing. That's the LBX missing. Again, vaguely disappointing. Let's see what they move. It looks like the commando. Yep, commando's coming up. Don't like that shot. I'd like to keep those AC2s online as long as I can. It's not a lot of damage, but you know, it's free. Let's go ahead and let that other commando move up. I really want him to use his rockets on something other than me. Once he does, the mech basically doesn't matter. And that's all well and good. I think we will go to a more difficult planet next time because the way that this mod used to go is if you were on anything other than a half-skull planet at the start, you were in for a bad day. But yeah, that's why I didn't want those rockets when they shot at me. Right there. But vehicles have stupid armor, and that was able to do it just fine. Now if we take a look, all that commando has is double medium laser, so he's less well armed than my fire javelin. About on par with the other javelin that I considered too useless to even use.
Duncan Fisher here.
So now it becomes a question of...
Duncan Fisher here.
Oh, that's going to get very obnoxious. Now it's a question of who do we go for our shot. So we can go with all three. You know, all these guys, they're in decent cover. This guy's cover and bulwark, which is not very good for us. Really cuts down on the damage that we'd be dealing. That's too low of a chance to hit. Here's our best chance to hit. Let's see what we can do first. Let's go in.
Yes, boss.
Javelin. Oh yeah, that might be right where I no. Let's try for right there. That evasion. We need sensor lock on a different mech because the Chimera has way too many good long range guns for this. Bit of a mistake on my part. Let's see if we get good height. Oh yeah, I like those odds. Don't like those. Don't like those. That's fine. We'll move over here.
Визаль, пол принято.
The the Chimera can move quick enough that if he's out of position, it won't be for long. Plus, you know, biggest guns we have available.
Принял.
My hope
Открываю
is...
огонь.
Ooh. My hope was for not, you know, 2 misses. Let's try to take
Шеф,
out
у
a
меня
leg.
что-то с системой наведения.
And if we'd taken out a leg, then we might have been able to
Duncan Fisher here.
do something a little better. We're gonna pop the Battle Lord for the accuracy and damage bonus.
Lighting them up.
I want that thing out of here. Ooh. Did we get an accidental hit on the guy behind him?
Revenge is Duncan.
That was hard to see. Maybe? Really hard to tell. Let's take a look. Might have been. Not really sure. But this guy is not doing well, so
Waiting
now we
for
can come
order.
around with the fire javelin. I like that sprint. Yeah, I like that.
Understood. Moving fast.
And ordinarily I take the rear shot on the commando, but those chances to hit are too small for the sort of firepower we have going with us. So we'll take the side shot. At least one hit the leg. Got the actuator.
Scored a critical hit.
Pilot's panic. We didn't get the actual leg yet. 6
Standing by.
6 health. This guy's a little useless over here. Well, let's just keep moving him back and forth. I don't want him rear facing though, so let's go like that. Rear facing, of course, expecting the reinforcements to come from the position that would be worst for me, which...
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Well, speak of the devil. Okay, well, they dropped in a good spot. Okay, I say that. On the other hand, if they have... It's always better to take out whole lances in isolation. I'd rather they weren't able to join up. But we have what we have. So, I get that the mod designers like vehicles, but... So every time the AI takes a turn in this game, it does a couple of things. The first thing that it does is it calculates where it should go, and in order to do that, it has to calculate all possible positions that it could go to, and then evaluate them individually. And that is the process that is chunking away at my computer's performance. Because in order to do that, it has to map out all potential positions, then it has to run through with each one what it considers the optimal move in terms of targets, the guns that it uses on each target, the resultant expectation value of the damage dealt, and various things like that. So there's a lot of calculations going on back there, and there's a performance fix done a little while back where basically the AI considers all of its guns of the same type at once. So if a mech had, for example, well, here's an easy example. If a mech had 4 medium lasers, like my Javelin 10F, it wouldn't consider, okay, well, what happens if I fire 1 or 2, or this one and that one, but not the other, things like that. It stops doing stuff like that, and instead just says, okay, if I move here and I fire my medium lasers. And, you know, there is a drawback to this because of heat, right? So if firing all 4 of those medium lasers would overheat the mech, it's not going to fire them, well, hardly ever, but it might have fired 1 or 2. So in terms of optimal performance of the enemy AI, there is a drawback, but the speed saving is just amazing. It's, you know, factor of 4, factor of 5. Oh wow, okay. They only showed us enemy reinforcements on the one side, but they dropped them on 2. Which is quite rude, if I do say so myself. We only get paid extra for destroying the Vanguard, but that Firestarter and Commando are gonna start opening up on base, and we can only lose 3 buildings and still consider this a win. So we have to start moving back toward there. I'm gonna leave the Fire Javelin on this side to mop up and at least distract these two commandos and whatever reinforcements are over here. We're going to wheel the Chimera around and the Hollander up to here, try and get level shots at the commando and the Firestarter. And
Duncan
when we
Fisher
look
here.
at this, we have 13 shots left with the Gauss Rifle. That should be more than enough to get this done. My concern is, yep, that right there. 13% accuracy, 15% accuracy. That's just far too little. So we're going to start off moving the Chimera, and I want to see if I can get him close enough. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to go for a sensor lock there, but we can try it. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Oh, where is it? Can we get sensor lock? Let's see. Nope. No. Yeah, we're too far away. Can I still get anything on these guys? Yeah, I can. So we can get sensor lock on either. Double medium laser, single medium laser. So let's go for the more deadly commando, the 4H.
Даю информацию с моего радара.
Now, because his evasion pips are knocked down a little bit, we'll have better accuracy. The AI will also have better accuracy, so they'll fire at him as well, or not, apparently. Oh, is that an LRM? Yep. I don't know. 4 damage, that looks like MRMs. I guess that's good for us. Who shot those? No, those are probably LRMs from the distance, unless it was a specialized ammunition type. But I don't know about that.
How's it going?
Let's see what we can do. So there we get 2. We're still inside. Oh yeah.
Heading out.
On a light mech like that, that's a dream shot. So 20 damage per hit. Any hit will drill through the outer armor, but we need 3 to land on the CT. Okay, we have a low chance to kill here.
On it.
High chance to make things real uncomfortable really fast. Oh yeah, so we destroyed our RL-15, which is kind of irrelevant. We broke through that rear armor pretty well, so another rear shot. We'll take pieces off. Okay. LRMs at our allies. Those are cluster rounds. We don't want that going our way. So the cluster rounds attack the ground. They're meant to be used against light mechs, things like that, where your chance to hit is tiny, but
Receiving you.
what that means is that
Duncan Fisher here.
the trade-off for a guaranteed
Duncan
amount
Fisher
of
here.
low damage is actually pretty good. Right? Because if you could choose between 0 damage or, you know,
Holding.
a range between 0 and 10 but weighted towards 0 and nowhere in between, or a guaranteed 5, what do you take? Well, you take the guaranteed 5 every time, right? That's your expectation value for the full range, and, you know, why take the gamble if you can take the guarantee? Gamble and loss hurts you more than the gamble and win actually earns you.
Ready for
Let's see what we can do. I do want eyes on him, but I don't want him to be able to shoot me. No, okay, so our best cover is here. We're not going to be doing much damage anyway. This is just to distract, to harass, to make sure that they don't take our buildings down in the turns we have left before we can get our own big guns over this way. May as well shoot. Yeah, see, 3 damage. He only has, enough armor to make us have to do that another 40 times, but yeah. Take what we can get. Okay, that's artillery. So that's another Hollander. Yep, except his thumper is armed. Let's see if we can figure out where that ammunition is. Might not have enough. Okay, thumper artillery times 7, only 7 rounds. That's not bad. I think it might be stored in the same place. It's not. Ah, there it is. CT. Okay, that could be worse for us. So if we stay right here, 43% chance to hit. That's not good enough. Could do a number to that commando, but there's actually no point. We're taking a side shot. We've damaged his rear armor. The fire javelin can do a good enough number on him next turn. So we're gonna start moving up and coming around. Still only a 13% chance, but what happens? So if we move on the sprint, we'll be in a better firing position next turn, but we'll lose the chance to fire this turn. And if we can only fire once in a round anyway, this defense is going to be over before we'll be out of ammunition. Let's take the shot.
Lighting them up.
Ah. Well, I don't know. That could have been worth it. Cost us a decent chunk of change for that Gauss rifle round, but yeah, not in the grand scheme of things. Yep, there was that galleon breaking my computer again with the number of calculations. So we might actually be in some trouble here, because that vehicle they're all shooting at is not going to last that much longer. Oh, and it's dead. Okay. And our other three allied vehicles are all distracting the lance that doesn't matter. The one that started their vanguard with basically no guns. This is a bit tricky. If that artillery has more than 2 or 3 turns where it's firing, without distractions on our base, we might not get paid. And I don't like working for free. So when the game starts, you can choose your background and all of that, and I didn't show that part because it's, well, laggy as hell and kind of boring for most. But I chose a mercenary background, so I feel morally obligated, in order to roleplay this game even harder, not to work for free. So we don't want to lose, that's for sure. Okay, that commando, it's decent evasion. It's either what, 2 or 3? Kind of hard to tell. 2. We might still be able to kill it
Commander.
with the 10F. I can get a rear shot, get a close rear shot. I don't love the 60% chance.
On my
but
way. Double
I'll
time.
take it. I don't want the turret shooting at it. I want them shooting at something that matters.
Here we go.
Okay, took off the right torso.
Critical hit, Commander.
Well, okay. Still getting shot at. Okay, there we go. Look at that. So we hurt the pilot, started bleeding out. Had to do another roll for that when the sniper turret shot at him, and now he's offline. So, not what I was hoping for, but really not much worse either. Let's see. Melee attack. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's a punch. Here comes the flamers and MGs. 9H. What is that? Oh, that bastard. Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah. We gotta move this guy out because
Standing by.
he's done his job. At least a little bit. Kind of. Not really. This mech sucks. Let's try and get him out of the way. I don't like this at all. Very outgunned there. So we braced just to slow down some damage we might be taking. Hey. Oh. That's what I get for mocking that turret with the SRMs. It's actually kind of useful. So I braced to get rid of the stability damage from my mech, and because they didn't have time to, and SRMs deal a fair amount of stability damage, we just knocked down that fire starter, which is good. They're shooting at the turret, that's good. Remember, our goal is not to kill everything. Our goal is to survive and keep them from completely destroying us. We will automatically succeed in the mission. we must the full 10 rounds. The end of this round is the end of round 4? 5? I don't know. So there's 6 left. So that's our timer right there. The zoom on this is being a little bit annoying. I can't quite see everything. That sound like artillery? Damn. Okay. Well, we just lost our short-range turret. And that guy's shooting at something it never had a prayer of actually hitting. Look at that. 6 evasion pips. And a 20% damage reduction to size. I really wish it had shot at the fire starter. But I can't do anything about that now. So who's still left to move? Most of those guys. We're gonna reserve. I wanted the javelin to get the early shot off. I wanted to save my own javelin. But now I want to wait for my heavy hitters to, well, relatively heavy hitters, to get settled in. Oh, those are those cluster rounds. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's bad. On the other hand, I think they hurt their own. No, too far away maybe. Hard to tell. Oh, there's that thumper. This is just karma for the last fight because we outnumbered them and outgunned them so much. Now we're on the receiving end, which is not great. So let's see what we can do about it. Javelin took a hit. We might have to start running that javelin around just to take damage away from the main base. Thing is, those cluster rounds are just as good against my light mechs as they are against the APCs, so I don't want those things coming my way. They'll leg my mechs really quickly, then we'll die. And I have no replacement mechs. I have not a lot of replacement funds.
Here.
That happening is the #1 way we could go from a success to a failure here, real quick. So we're gonna see if we don't move. We do have a shot. 69% chance to hit. If we move, we get evasion pips back. 63% chance. 43. So we have to go for it.
Heading that way.
This is why gunnery is so important, because better gunnery, this shot becomes basically a guaranteed kill. As it is, I want to take out a leg. I want to limit its distance. I want to get it ready for another knockdown next round.
Lighting them up.
Okay, hit a leg, I think. No, we went right for the CT, because of course we did. Silver lining, a whole bunch of stuff in there that doesn't like blowing up. So, if we can land another hit on it, we might be looking pretty good. I don't really want to shoot past our own building quite that close. So if I miss, we're doing a fair amount of damage for them. But I don't see as I have much choice. So we'll move again. We're going to try and take that fire starter right off the field. Let's go for the 81% chance. What's the 250s? More likely. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Okay, fire starter's down. So that's fine. He exposed some armor. He exposed some armor on one of our mechs, and we killed him for it. Which I consider good enough, at least for right now. Later on in the game, later on in this campaign, we'll be fielding some mechs that'll be able to, scoot in there, alpha strike, take a mech off the field. But we don't have that capability right now, and we won't for some time. So, first thing is just making it through. I think I would almost prefer to be outnumbered in a standard battle, because it's one thing when you can do sort of maneuver warfare, right, where you can pull apart the enemy formation, you can take on targets one-on-one, and get enough evasion to survive, because they're only trying to kill you. It's another thing altogether if I have a static position, I have to defend. Right? It's two very different things. This kind of, it gives me support because I have, I have the APCs, I have the turrets, and they have their utility. The turrets have gotten one kill, and they've contributed to a second by knocking down that fire starter. But, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not sure how I feel about the trade. Of course, on the other hand, if we were running into that artillery mech and the cluster LRMs mech on our own, we would be guaranteed taking damage, and we would have already, basically. Okay. I don't know what's up with that zoom, but we lost another APC. So we have two APCs, two allied APCs left. The Hornet is firing at LRM-5. That's not what's doing all that damage.
Standing by.
You know what I want to do? I want to get around, and I want to take a shot at that galleon. Pretty heavy armor on that thing, more than we're going to be able to drill through in one shot. But I want to get around behind their formation here, take some rear shots on some of the stuff they're giving us damage with. No need to do a precise strike. I want to save that precision strike for when we have a nice rear angle target. And we'll bore through it right then. Could take a shot at the commando, but again, single medium laser, I really don't care. He might come over, he might punch me, might kick me, that's fine. The galleon is
Acknowledge.
potentially more pain with those two MGs. People underestimate MGs. Our first mission, we had one of our pilots get clocked in the head with MGs, and that pilot's out right now. So the long-term consequences to us from that were pretty severe, even though it only dealt 2 or 3 damage to the mech at the time.
Ready for orders.
So we're doing the tactics phase of this right now, but there is some direct strategy involved. So our right leg is injured. It's going to be a pain trying to keep that away. We're going to have to come up on the right-hand side and then pivot left, and that'll expose our rear arc to these guys. It's basically impossible, so we're going to have to instead go the other way around, pivot right, and hope that doesn't run us up against the edge of the map, which is pretty close here. Closer than I'd like. Chances to hit, pretty bad, but the CT here on this guy's already pretty damaged. Firing angle virtually guarantees we're not going to hit that. Is that a dead mech? Okay, there's an LRM mech with nothing but SRM ammunition, so...
Let's move.
Well, whatever. We'll take the better shot anyway, because, one hit's better than nothing. And I would actually enjoy reducing that mech's initiative, so we're going to take the precision shot here a little early. Bit of a waste, but then again, I really don't care for the damage. What I care for is the lost initiative. Oh, that LBX turret is doing good work there. Same target, but the last time he shot it, that target had 6 evasion pips. Here comes the arty. Oof. Okay, that hurt.
Reporting major armor loss.
I know. Is that the... No. That must be a turret that I overlooked. Oh yeah, the MRM turret that I said wouldn't matter much. To be fair, it still didn't matter much. But it's doing better than nothing, which I had expected nothing. Take what we can get and all that. Okay, that's the single medium laser, which means that that tank did not move. And because it didn't move, next turn it's going to be a sitting duck again. And that front armor, the front armor and the left side both got melted. So if we go sort of up there next turn, take a shot up at that front armor, we might be able to kill it. Do I like any of my shots right now? No. I kind of like that. It's a 50% chance I'll take it if I don't have anything better. So if I rotate this way, counts as a move, kind of annoying. Ooh. We'd have a decent chance of killing the galleon. There's the Hollander, 56% chance to hit it. If we could take that artillery offline, that's something, but we're only dealing 75 damage, that's 80 armor we have to go through. Doesn't matter if we rip off the arm. Doesn't matter if we rip off the arm. Yeah, so even if we hit with a Gauss Rifle there, we're not going to be able to actually get through it. We need to ping him first, or bore through the back end, but his back armor is not bad. Okay, well, these two guys are less concerning now than they were when they had the fire starter. We're actually going to sit right here, and we're going to take a shot at that galleon.
Lighting them up.
Yep. That's a vehicle down.
There you go, folks. That's the way the MechWarrior crumble.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Almost worth ignoring the fact that that guy is one of the single most annoying voices in the entire game. Well, second to my own, anyway. Okay, so that's a support vehicle. That's what's been lobbing all those cluster rounds. We could get over there, potentially the javelin, up around that side the next turn. Get a good spot. I like that a lot. Not really great. Oh, that's a decent shot there again. And let's just check and see what happens. This is why a good sniper in the early game is really worth a lot. Okay, let's do this. We're going to turn, we're going to take a shot there, but we're going to do a precision strike. See if we can increase our accuracy a little bit. I don't care about the Hornet, not really. We're going to go for the Hollander. If we miss here, which I hope we don't, we also have a chance of hitting the Hornet as a consolation. Okay. We did ping in a hit there. Let's see. Right in the CT. Very nice. Very, very nice. So now that CT is damaged enough that if we fire him with the Gauss, there's a decent chance of killing that mech outright. And taking some salvage parts from him too. Which would be pretty okay. Yeah, so again, this is the wheel old APC that's really not doing anything other than soaking bullets, and he decided not to move. Like an absolute genius. I wonder sometimes if that's their response to not having really analyzed any moves that, you know, gained them something. The commando is well worth ignoring. Still, I'm beginning to get cautiously optimistic here. Okay, where's that LRM 5? Actually, dishing some damage out, but not getting the kill.
Commander.
Let's see what I can do. So we'll move over a thermal. I don't really care. We can move up here, so we can get fired on at any of these positions. So we may as well take the one with the damage reduction. And let's get a decent facing.
Roger.
Well, we avoid the thermal that way too, which is nice. Light mortar carrier. Of course, the light mortar carrier has 70 to 80 armor on all its pieces. Now we do want to take this precise strike. Not enough. Not enough. So the reason for the precise strike was again to slow it down. That'll move its initiative down to 6, which should give us a decent shot on it with the Gauss Rifle. We'll have to take a look at its armor, but we might be able to take it off the field if we get lucky. Okay, what's that commando up to? Yeah. So much as a stiff breeze goes at that Javelin 10N, I get a little bit worried. Probably shouldn't.
Receiving you.
You know. Okay, so that's their Javelin. This is the guy where if we can get a couple crits on his torso, we're pretty good. We're gonna reserve. We're gonna let that other Javelin go, potentially. Oh, that's the LBX. That's good damage. It's very good damage. Are they going to move? Yes. Okay. So now that other Javelin's moved, I don't have to be as wary of a low evasion turn with the 10N. I wouldn't be worried about friendly fire there. Decent damage again off that MRM. I saw at least 2 orange, which means we hit the CT probably twice, if not 3 times. Might have missed it. Here's the mortar. Yet again, firing at those APCs. That should be a dead AP. Whoa. Is that mortar a dud? I mean, okay.
Standing by.
Take what I can get. So, contrary to conventional wisdom, I actually want to shoot this guy's front. The back has enough. I mean, guess what? We're doing 8 times 8. We're doing 64 damage maximum. We could still bore through the back there pretty well, and it is safer for us in the long run. I'd have to sprint to get the shot. It's pretty bad accuracy. What happens if I go? Well, this guy just. This mech is just useless. Tell you what, we could go in for a kick and then fire. Potentially damage that leg some more. Let's go for it. Go for a kick, then we're gonna shoot.
Roger.
Shouldn't hurt our own leg here. Yep. Good kick damage. We lost this exclusive. Gives us better shots. We destroyed
Target's
something.
taking a quick.
I should have said which actuator. That's a knockdown. That's a respectable turn out of a not respectable map. And it looks like, ooh, we've destroyed a lot. Right hip destroyed. Good. Good. Okay.
Duncan
Now let's
Fisher
line up
here.
with the Hollander. Take a look at that light mortar carrier. So a hit on the turret or on the front will get us a kill. We're going to do that or no? The better move is to use the Battle Lord because it gives us +2 accuracy, pretty much just like the Precision Strike does. It doesn't reduce the initiative, but we don't need that. All we need is a shot with good damage. And what do we do with an 85% chance to hit? Well, we miss, of course. And we're just gonna keep standing right here and hoping that we can get away with it. And we miss another 80% chance. Either one of those shots could have potentially taken that mortar carrier right off the battlefield, but instead he's going to probably kill one of those or really hurt my javelin here, which I really don't want. It's going to be good evasion on him next turn too. Not good, but not bad. Yep, Gold APC is down. Those are acid rounds. We really don't want to be hit by that. That, because the acid rounds, is officially more of a threat than the mortar, by a long shot. Deals more damage to armor, makes other things deal more damage to armor. We want no part of it. They still scattered, but, you know, you really don't want to take that multiple times in a row. I'm turning into a bit of a slog, which is never my intention with these things, but I don't know, I think there's sort of this golden zone in the middle, right, where beginning game, it's a limp noodle contest, nobody really knows how to shoot worth a damn, and nobody's using big guns. So you get long drawn out things like this, and at the end of the game, everybody's using such big guns that they're so good with that everybody dies really quickly, and, you know, that's its own thing. But there's so many people that it's just a computing slog. In the middle of games where you have this nice balance, and we'll get there decently soon, I think. Now the challenge is, I want to shoot at the front of this guy, but I don't want to get my own javelin killed. And we risk that here, because I don't want to be in the way. I'm not going to be able to take a shot at him right now.
Ready for orders.
Better to take a shot here before they have a chance to get him up. We are going to move there. Not that it really matters. Kick again.
Heading out. Locked on for physical attack.
Miss. 2% chance of missing. Okay, cool.
Nothing.
Give me the SR. There we go. So the missed kick, I think, made us unsteady. Not that it mattered. didn't lose evasion clips because we didn't have any to start with. Decent damage on the Hornet. We're kind of tightening them up. Only have 2 rounds after this, so if we want the pay bonus, we have to kill that commando that I've been ignoring for a while, but the mortars are still more important. No, he's not taking a shot.
Let's do this.
Our luck is only holding because their targeting priorities are bad. They should be shooting at the base, but they're not. That looked like scattered damage to me. That did not look like where I wanted it. Yep. Yeah, that's that right torso. It's disappointing. Right? It's the scariest part. Yep. Oof, direct hit with that mortar. I'd like to start salvaging that Hollander. I don't like to use artillery, not in my own lands, because friendly fire is a bitch. But, it's better than the 10N, so take what upgrade you can when you can. We'll have our pick a max later. I'm not going to be scrounging forever, but when we unlock the faction shop, we should get pretty good there. Yeah, that tank needs to die this round, or we're in some serious shit. And I've lost my ability to shoot on its front. So, let's shoot it right up the ass. If everything hits it right there, it'll kill it. I know it won't, but I hope. Whatever.
Got it.
Nope. Looks like we missed 2. Our accuracy has not been... Well, the odds have not been in our favor.
Duncan Fisher here.
See what we can do with a shot. 63%. 84. What can you do? 56.
Duncan Fisher here.
I really don't like having to use this shot on the mortar carrier, but
Lighting him up.
I don't see many other options. Okay, mortar carrier's out. That's good.
That's the way the MechWarrior crumbled.
Not really a mech. It was kind of a tank, but good shot. And now we're gonna take a shot. Hollander, 88.7, 79.7. Decent chances to hit. Structure exposed. And unsettled. That should be an accuracy penalty, I think. Yeah, I think that's an accuracy penalty. Bad place for an armor breakthrough in terms of getting the gun off the field, but better than nothing. Okay. I really want that sniper turret to have a chance to shoot. It's been dealing a lot of damage for us. We may have to turn our graphics settings down after this because it's turning my computer into a bit of a potato. Kind of impressive. Alright.
Receiving you.
Yeah, I want to move him just so they don't get a really good shot. Can't sprint because I'm unsteady. Okay, so that's why the mess mattered. I can't sprint, but that's fine because we're just gonna go. Oh yeah, look at that. What's the expression? Teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Take that.
I haven't used that one in a while. Probably with good reason. Ooh, wow. Okay. That's why I wanted that turret alive. It's a mech down. Only 1 part for it, which I would have rather taken 2, but we'll have to see what we get anyway. I really want, and this sounds odd for anyone who's played this game, but I really want a bunch of medium lasers. Because even though you always have too many of them, right now I don't. I'd rather not buy them. Because eventually I'll have way too many and I'll feel like a fool for spending the money there.
Good to go.
We're actually... Where's that Hornet damaged? Oh yeah, this should be good.
On my way. Double time.
I know he's not the one we have to kill for the pay raise, but it'd be nice. That was satisfying, so I'll take it. It looks like the MRM launcher, yep. Some damage too. Maybe I should try one of those out. Maybe the accuracy doesn't work like it's displayed. Right. So we have a shot right here. We do. Don't love that shot. What's it look like?
Duncan Fisher here.
No, we're just gonna take. Well, I'm debating a target lock. Is what you see me sitting here thinking about. Well, center lock rather. I think I'd rather just take both shots. Okay. All right. That's a left torso down. Forced into pilot checks.
Duncan Fisher
Good.
here.
And now we can go ahead and use the precise strike.
Let's go wild, folks.
Oh yeah, right torso destroyed. The streak SRM2 did some good work.
Duncan.
2 pilot damage counts. If we can knock that mech down, or you know, if one of the turrets can knock that mech down, we're in the clear. I'll pass out, which counts as a pilot kill. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Oh, is that a death from above? No, okay, good. Was a rear shot. But we're okay. 5 evasion pips. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess, he was a little panicked.
Receiving you.
Do I want a rear shot or do I not care? Oh, I want a frontal shot because that pilot has...
Roger that. No shooting.
Is
Just
that
running.
6 or 8 left in their CT? It's not bad at all.
Alpha strike.
Unless we can't hit it. We hit it. Commando's down.
Target neutralized.
We only have 1 enemy left on the field. Of course, this is our last round, but I'd be pretty happy if we could take them all out. I feel like I will have done exemplary work for whatever heartless, soulless bastard has employed us for this mission. Which, just to be clear, for everyone who's not really a fan of Battletech lore, everyone who employs you in this is a heartless, soulless bastard. Pretty much all the factions that exist are, you pick out the lore. I will admit, makes for an interesting setting.
Reporting. Critical hit.
We're working for the Lyran Commonwealth, and at least from what I've seen, they don't seem to be the worst offenders. But you know, they don't exactly smell like
Duncan
roses
Fisher
either.
here.
Oh. Not sure what that message was, but I might have just messed something up. We don't have great accuracy on him. I'm kind of curious why. So let's go ahead and pop the Battle Lord. Then we'll have to turn for the shot. 50-50. Coin toss. Comes up tails.
Whiff.
So there's a reason that I probably won't ever take many missions for House Kurita unless I basically no choice. It's for just one of those things like that. Just there's bad stories about everyone, just what you pay attention to. We missed the 50-50 to get the kill, but mission's complete, so thanks for sticking around.
Mission successful.